What is up, guys? I feel like this is the most awaited video to find out what our plan is for living. So I want to take you back to us purchasing property. And looking for property, we knew we wanted to build, so we weren't looking for anything on the property. But the fact that we found this property and it had a trailer on it, we figured, oh, well, since it has a trailer, we can flip it and live in it while we build. Like, that just makes sense. Also, we had the RV, and so we had the plan to either live in the RV while we built or live in the trailer. So once we started working on the trailer, we realized the condition of it was not conducive for renovating and exposing ourselves to potential. We don't know if it was like a huge amount of mold or not. We just didn't feel right about that. Also, at the same time, the RV that we had was a partnership, so it was just a lease, so we didn't own it. We were super thankful for the time that we had it. We made the most amazing memories traveling with it. But at first we had two options for living, either the trailer or the RV. So when we lost both of those options at one time, it was really hard for me to process because we knew that the Lord opened the door for the property. We were able to get approved for it. It was exactly what we were looking for, actually more, for the right price. And so we knew purchasing the land was supposed to happen. But then when our living situation fell through, it was rough. So the past couple weeks has been really hard just mentally on me because something as simple as living and where you're staying, when you don't have it, I was like, where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? What's the best option? We're now paying $1,800 on a land loan. How can we afford to pay, a lease somewhere else or afford to live somewhere else? We've gone through a lot of transition this past year. We were living in a family friend's guest house on their property, helping manage the land. That was amazing. For 2 years we lived there. That ended abruptly. And so we moved with our friends for 2 months, my mom for 6 months, and then we hit the road in the RV. So we've moved 5 times in a year, and so it's been a lot to process. Now looking forward to what we should do, where we should go. We opened up a letter from our bank. Our $1,800 a month payment, only $600 is going to our principal and $1,200 is going to interest. That's insane. With that in mind, we're like, it is not wise to start building right now. That just doesn't make sense. We looked at that amount and we're like, that's not okay. We are going to find a place to live. I'm going to get to that, but we're going to work our butts off to pay this land off. That's our plan right now. Yes, we want to build a home, but before we build a home, we feel like it's wise to tackle this land loan. I'm not okay with paying $1,200 a month for interest and not going to our land, the principal of our loan. I hope that sharing this and sharing our experience of walking through the process of buying land for our first time, we've never owned a home, we've never owned land, we've always rented, that this can give you guys insight that dang, this is a lot. Very thankful that we qualified for the land and that, the bank helped us get qualified. But how do people make it on a mortgage? Does everyone just walk around paying $1,200 in interest every month? Maybe not $1,200, but 2/3 of your payment a month on interest? I want to throw up. It makes me sick. And so our plan right now is to live in an apartment. We feel like it's the best option. Our rent in an apartment is cheaper than our interest rate. So why not? It is stable living. There's a pool. There's a room for the kids. Dan would have a space for podcasting. I have a hot shower, a washer and dryer, room for an office for me, to create content. And we have everything we need in that. And that's what we need in this season. We are currently staying with my grandparents. This is I actually lived in this room after I graduated high school. How long did I live with them? I don't know if it was a couple years or 1 year, but this is the room that I stayed in. And it was so surreal the other night, our first night in here. I was like, babe, this is the room that I stayed in, when we first started liking each other. And when we weren't engaged yet, but when we first started dating, and now here we are married, sleeping in our kids are next door. It was the craziest thing to me. But we're so thankful for my grandparents allowing us to stay with them, welcoming us into their home. Of course, treasuring this time with them where, the great grandkids can spend time with them and we can be a blessing to them. And just enjoy family time. So we will stay here until our apartment is ready. Actually, the apartment that we're wanting to get into is the apartment that we first lived in when we first got married. So all of this is coming like full circle here. So it just feels really surreal, but we both feel a peace about it. Mind you, coming to this point wasn't easy. Like I said, we had 2 living options and they both fell through. We also exhausted all options. Should we live with our friends again? Should we live with my mom again? Should we go look at mobile homes and just purchase one for ourselves? And we did. Last Friday, we looked at mobile homes and they're beautiful. But again, that's another loan that we take out, a ton more interest that we're paying for something that's not even going towards the principal, and we just didn't feel okay with that. We really want to be wise with what the Lord's entrusted to us financially, and although people say that apartment living is just throwing away money, excuse me, I'm throwing away $1,200 a month on nothing. I mean, interest, but it just blows my mind. And so for us, for this season, apartment life is the way to go, and we're so excited. So I really appreciate you guys coming along on this journey with us. We were, you know, looking forward to staying there for a year until we build our home, but I want to be open and honest with you that things change, like desires change, plans change, and it was not easy for us to process, for us to walk through, but we're doing the best we can with the cards we were dealt with no mobile home and no RV. Super thankful for you guys just being flexible along with us and just kind of rolling with the punches of our ever-changing course of life, because that's just us. And so from here, what you can anticipate with content, we are excited for our next surrogacy journey. So obviously once we get settled into the apartment and all moved in and we can breathe and have the peace of stable, reliable living and a hot shower at any moment, it's going to be amazing. And we will match with IPs and start this next journey, and we will share that with you guys. But also on the property, we're still doing work. We're just kind of cash flowing some projects there. So the shop that we have on there, we have some of our storage stuff there, and we're getting a new roof and new siding. So it will be black and beautiful and gorgeous, and I'm so excited. And we'll be spending our weekends there riding the 4-wheeler, or the kids will ride their little electric dirt bikes. We'll still do some work on the property, maybe cash flow some things for now, but until we get that land loan paid off, we do not feel comfortable. We do not feel like it's the wisest decision to start building. So apartment life, here we go. I'm secretly really excited about it because that pool, they do have a tanning bed, which I'm highly against, but I need something. But they have great amenities, and we're just really excited for this new season of the kids having a bigger room, a big twin normal size bed, and each of us just having our own space that we can enjoy. And so we're really thankful throughout everything. Life changes, you still have to be thankful, because in reality, looking at those who are in other countries or those who may be next door to you, we have a pretty good life. Yes, are we staying with family and it doesn't make sense as a married couple with 2 kids? No, we lived with our friends in their basement for 2 months. That was weird, but it was what it was. We stayed with my mom for 6 months. That although we've had these changes, like, looking at our life as a whole, we are so blessed, we're so thankful, and we have so much to be grateful for. And so we are carrying that with us through this next season. And we always say to always choose adventure, and one of the lines in our vows is through all of our adventures in life together. And this is definitely an adventure. Love you guys, and I'm so excited for what 2023 holds.